Hello, VC, vinyl community, how the devil are you? Again, no music, trying to stay in the good books of YouTube's usage of music policy. You know what I mean? Don't want to get no bloody copyright strikes and all that malarkey. Yeah, it's summer vinyl tag time, and Dylan over at Noble Records over in the States, he's come up with a summertime tag. Normally is one once a year here in the VC, right at the very end of the year, very start of the new year. Everybody jumps on that. And let's hope he gets a good Dylan gets a good response to this one. Our very own Rob Walker over here in Britain took over the mantle of doing the other sort of regular tag. And let's hope he does it again. End of the year, start of the new year. So anyway, I'm sure most of you know what the vinyl tag is all about, but if you don't, it's a damn good way of sort of introducing yourself, getting involved in all this sort of show and tell malarkey. So I highly recommend you give it a go. Okay, 20 questions, show and tell, easy peasy, let's get going. Album or song with summer in the title. I've gone with a 12-inch single, the Vindaloo Summer Special, the Nightingales, Ted Chippington. We've got a fuzz box and we're going to use it. The Vindaloo Summer Special, Rocking with Rita, and other various tunes. I thought I'd have more albums with summer in the title or summer in the songs, but I haven't. There you go. Blatant disregard for the rules already. You pick an album, tough, you get a 12-inch single. Latest heavy pull, something you are really stoked to have got hold of, etc. Well, I have got an album that arrived here yesterday, Northamptonshire, England, all the way from Japan. I haven't shown it yet in a VC video. It has appeared on my Instagram page, what I'm playing at the minute, etc. And it's been on show in a Japanese Facebook page I'm a member of as well. So I'd rather wait till I put that in a finds and buys type video. But one album I got not so long ago that I was really stoked to get hold of, a Grail, etc, etc, heavy pull, was this one, Off the Bone by the Cramps, an album I've been after for donkey's years. I have come across them, not in particularly tip-top condition. The vinyl on this is, sleeves okay, jolly good, 3D imagery on it, comes with the original 3D glasses, stoked to bits. Okay, I paid quite a bit of wonga for it, quite a few shekels, but it's one I've been after for donkey's years. And I thought, well, what the hell, let's have it. So yeah, Off the Bone by the Cramps. Okay, question number 3. Show a whack-a-mole. All my stuff's in boxes, so I can hardly turn around and dip my hands and all that. I've done this before. I pulled out boxes, put them on the floor, said to my daughter, pick a record, any record, put it in a carrier bag. I don't want to know what it is. Don't tell me. I don't want to see what it is. Okay. So she did it. Well, the last time she did it, she picked up. I went through all that trouble. She picked up one that was out here already on the bleeding floor. The lazy little git. But yeah. So whack-a-mole. Okay. Close my eyes. I haven't got a clue what it is. Let's hope I pull it out and I'm holding it up the right way round. Let's throw that down. I can tell you. I can feel the sticker, so I know that's the back. Oh, well, she's a little lazy bugger, because that originally was at the front of one of these boxes on show. So she's, yeah, British Motown Chartbusters. This is the first one, volume 1. Or, you know, even though it doesn't say volume 1, it is volume 1. There's 12 in total to collect, and they're all pretty reasonably cheap as well. I see them quite a bit at the old car boot sales. Volume 3's quite popular. Volume 6 is also quite popular. 12, 11, 10, bit more difficult to find and a bit more expensive. They go for about £10 or so each. If you're into your Motown, great little collection to try and get hold of. I believe they stopped calling it British Motown Chartbusters because it was implying they're all British acts, tunes, which they're obviously not. So it changed from British Motown Chartbusters to Motown Chartbusters. Great series of records to try and collect. All your usual stuff on here. Stevie Wonder, The Supremes, Four Tops, Marvin Gaye, Kim West, The Marvelettes, all your usual Motown acts. The further down the line you get, the more into the 80s they start getting. But yeah, this one was released in 1967. Motown Chartbusters, whack-a-mole. There you go. Well, she didn't do too bad there, did she? Album sleeve with an animal on it. I could have picked a few. Compilation album, Soul Direction, on the Direction label. Okay, we've got some their muscles, I presume. There's a clam. I think I'm not 100% up on my sea fish, especially around the British coast and that. I think that might be a Dover sole. Don't quote me on that. Some white bait as well. So yeah, great soul compilation. Taj Mahal's on here. Pretty Purdy, The Times, Ray King, Soul Band, Sly and the Family Stone on here. Peaches and Herb, The Glories. Yeah. Also got, I love these old albums with pictures of other records you can buy, collect, etc. So yeah, album sleeve with animals on it. Well, they're types of animals, aren't they? Okay. Record with a great story. I picked out a 7-inch single here. This is the actual very first record I ever owned and I ever purchased, and purchased with money I'd earned myself, chopping firewood for my mum and that. We had an open fire in the house, coal fire, and of course wood as well. Our Friends Electric Tubeway Army, of course, made #1 here in Britain back in '79. I remember queuing up to buy this with the money I earned at a shop here in Britain called W.H. Smith's. I don't think they exist anymore, but they did newspapers, magazines, books, comics, records as well, games and toys and stationery, and I think they even sold cigarettes and all that as well. Yeah, I remember queuing up with my mum. I used to go at the town every Saturday morning with my mum to help her with the shopping. Used to go to the local market and fill up the bags with potatoes and veg and apples and goodness knows what else, fruit and veg. Yeah, so we stopped off at W.H. Smith's on the way back. So I said I never had a record player at the time. There was one in the house, and I had to seek permission to use it. So yeah, I remember queuing up with her. This was the one I wanted. I heard it on the radio, and it was like a wow moment for me. My mum wasn't too sure because she'd seen pictures of him and his makeup and painted fingers and all that. And oh, why don't you buy a record by that lovely girl Blondie? No, this is what I want. Well, I think you prefer Blondie. That's what all the boys like. Not this queer little looking chap. But I was adamant. This was what I wanted. This is what I got. This is the actual record from way back then. Goodness knows I've managed to keep it safe and sound over the years, but I have. The very first record I ever owned. And if my mum had her way, I'd have had, I think it was Sunday Girl or something like that by Blondie in the charts at the time. Nah. 10 times better than Blondie. Although I do have Blondie records in the collection. So yeah, interesting story with that one. Album you might be surprised to see in my collection. This was a purchase from Huntingdon car boot sale. I think it was only £1 or £2. The sleeve isn't in particularly good condition. It's okay, it'll do in a crisis. But the vinyl's in great condition. I've seen this over the years with watching VC videos and that. It crops up every so often. Highly recommended. I came across it at the car boot sale. It was only £1 or £2, so I purchased it, took it home thinking, well, if it's naff, then I can VCLT it or whatever. I quite enjoyed it. Not too bad, actually. I really like the early song by him called Barracuda, but that's not on this album. There's an old sticker on there that somebody's trying to peel off. But what I heard on here, I quite enjoyed, and I've kept it. I've not played it for probably the best part of the year, but I will do again. I think I might have a session of pulling out 10 albums or whatever, so I haven't heard for a long time, and sticking them on the old player. But yeah, Heart, Dreamboat Annie. Not as bad as what I perhaps thought it might have been. Good album. Well worth a listen. Cheap Heat. A really good record, but doesn't cost as much as what you think it should do. See this quite a bit, the old record fairs going cheap. Car boot sales going cheap. Again, I think I only paid about £1 for this. Fantastic sort of soul pop A bit of funk type album in there as well. The Christians, self-titled. There's some cracking tunes on this one. Ideal World, Forgotten Town, which is a brilliant song. Hooverville, and When the Fingers Point, another cracking tune. Born Again is not a bad song. Save a Soul in Every Town. Not sure if that one was released into the charts. One in a Million, I remember that one. Sad Songs, I think, was a release. Oh, don't quote me on that. Well worth listening to via YouTube or whatever streaming service you use. Well worth buying if you find it, come across it in good condition. Only £1, £2. Should be worth a lot more than that. Probably £10 ceiling price, £5 to £10 at least. Damn good album, The Christians, self-titled. Show a 45 7-inch or alternative format. I've got hundreds of 7-inch singles. You've already seen one. Alternative formats. Quadrophenia, French. It's a French CD. Let's put that there. West German. So that's pre the fall of the Berlin Wall. It's got to be, innit? British. That's a British CD. And if I'm not being, well, I suppose I am being biased, but I don't intentionally mean to, the quality of that far exceeds the previous two. It really does. My favourite album of all time. Bang this on in the car every so often, or I will put it on in the house as well. So that's British. I've also got a cassette version as well. Okay. Alternative format. Music documentary or biopic. The only biopics stroke documentary I've got are on DVD, and they're away, packed away in boxes. Do excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but the jury. I will always promote this sort of stuff whenever I can. Skinhead, Moonstomp, Simmerip, and Two Tone as well. So I'll put links in the description to Two Tone documentary on YouTube, and the link to documentary called The Story of Skinhead by Don Letts. If you don't know who Don Letts is, very well known music documentary maker, DJ. He was also in the band Big Audio Dynamite. You might not recognise the name, but you'd probably recognise him if you saw him. Anything he does music wise, especially documentaries and that, top notch, excellent. Both documentaries tell you everything you need to know about how it all started, where it's going, etc. Okay, so that's the Two Tone documentary, Story of Two Tone, Story of Skinhead. Give them a watch. Why don't you? It'll probably broaden your horizons, and especially the Skinhead one. You realise that half the bullshit you've been fed is exactly that, bullshit. Okay? I'll put the links in the description. Show a box set. I've got 2 box sets down here. I've had well over a year and I haven't even opened yet. Do it yourself, Ian Jury. 40th anniversary edition, yeah. I need to open it because there's cards in here of the do-it-yourself album sleeves, and there are 34 different album sleeves from all over the world to collect. I've got 30 of them, and I need to look in here because there's one from America I'm missing, so I need to open it up and look inside just to double check the design, and then I can go and find it. It's going to have to be a Discogs purchase, because as much as I have looked and looked and looked, the ones I'm missing I can't find. Car boot sales, record fairs, so it looks like they're going to have to be Discog purchases, but you don't know, you never know. The other box set I've got I haven't opened, Madness, The Liberty of Norton Folgate. I've already got this album, sort of special edition double album. I already know basically what's inside this box. I do already own some various bits and bobs which I've purchased over the years that are contained in here. There is an vinyl album version in here. There's a DVD, and I think there might even be a cassette version in here as well. Various paraphernalia, etc., collectibles, I suppose you'd call it. So yeah, another one I've never opened. I should do, really. It should be played, not just left there to be admired. The box set I'm going to show, Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. Picked this up from a car boot sale. It was only £2, but it was missing a couple of bits. I think this is a British version. The only ones I've seen online are European versions, and it came with the record. The European versions did. Let's see if I can get it out without damaging the box. The lid's already damaged. See if I can balance it a minute. There we go. Gatefold album with the booklet. Perfect. European versions that I've seen came with a 12-inch single as well, so I tracked this one down, picked it up, thought I'd add it to the box. There's the booklet. There's the booklet. Okay, that's all in good condition. It also came with a poster, which was here with it. I'm not going to undo it all. Versions also came with the paperback book as well, H.G. Wells, The War of the Worlds. The paperback book had a different cover to this, and I thought I was ordering the right one online from a bookseller. They sent me this one, and when I complained, this isn't the one you were showing in the picture, blah blah blah, oh, we'll refund you the money, you can keep it. So there you go. I might find the proper one, might go online later on, see if I can find the proper one, just to make it a bit more complete, you know. So that's the box sets covered. Most trashed record in your collection. I've got two here. These are both Scar type ones. You won't see who the artist is. It's Laurel Aitken, King of the Skinheads. His music and himself in general probably resonated more with the skinhead reggae type fans, ska fans over here in Britain, probably a bit more than what Prince Buster did. This one is by a chap called Andy Cap, and it's called Popper Top. It's a song I've known of for years, and Ben Rankins mentioned it, and I said, well, I'll try and get hold of it, mate. So I didn't have a copy of it. And this is a bit of a cautionary tale of ordering stuff online. People not grading the records properly. This is supposed to be VG to VG plus. It's not. It looks like a bleeding cat's been skating all over it, clawing it to bits. The same with the Laurel Aitken one. I've given a basic clean. It's still full of snap, crackle and pops. Yeah, what can you do? This one looks like it's got a case of warts on it as well. I paid, I think it was about £5 each for these. I was under the impression I was getting something in at least half decent playable condition. Not something that looks like it's been scratched to death by a bleeding cat or used as a frigging frisbee. Yeah, so that's Laurel Aitken. I think this one's called Returning to New Orleans or Going Back to New Orleans. That's Popper Top by Andy Cap. I might be going Camden soon with my daughter. There's a skinhead meetup down there at the Elephant's Head. And they have a bit of a record sale there as well. There'll be a lot of sort of skinhead reggae and ska on that sale. I might put the word out saying I'm after a decent copy of this, but there'd be DJs there, so at least I can hear this being played before I hand over the old Wonga. So yeah, records that are trashed. Okay, a local album. I've got nothing local really, but I live in a town in Northamptonshire called Corby. 10 minutes down the road is a town called Kettering, the home of world football. There was a band formed there a good few years ago called Temples. I think they're a bit of a British psych rock type band. They put out an album called Sun Structures, and there's, on this album, I'll put up pictures of it. On this album, Sun Structures, is a picture of them standing around an old stone triangle shaped building. Now that building is only about 20 minutes drive from me, where I live, between the village of Rushton, Rushton, and the town of Desborough. It's called the Triangular Lodge, very old historic building, which I think it has some sort of connection to the gunpowder plot, or the bloke who commissioned it to be built was related to one of the gunpowder plotters. I have to double check that. Perhaps I should have done it before I mention it, but I'll bring up a couple of pictures, one of the actual building and one of the actual picture of the album sleeve. So local record, that'll have to do. Psych rock ain't really my thing, but I have heard a bit of a track from it and I quite enjoyed it. So yeah, local album, an album from far, far away land. Do it yourself, Ian Jury. This is a New Zealand copy. It's got to be the most further away copy I've got, or record I've got in the collection. I've got stuff from America, Canada. I've even got Australia, Japan, out that way. I would imagine New Zealand's furthest away out of them all. Who knows? So yeah, do it yourself. It's a New Zealand copy. And like I say, 34 of those to collect from all over the world. I've got 30. Soundtrack. I was going to pull something else out, but it's in a box right at the very bottom of the stack, buried right at the back, and I couldn't be arsed. This one was already out. I was listening to this one actually a few days ago. One of my favourite films of all time. This is the score to Alien. Released in 1979, 20th Century Fox. Of course, all you Who fans and music film trivia fans will know that Ridley Scott borrowed lasers, or a laser, from the Who were practicing on a sound stage next door to where this was being filmed, using the lasers, practicing, their stage act using them. Ridley Scott was hugely impressed. He borrowed them, ended up being used in the Alien film, in the egg chamber scene. Okay, so there you have it. Soundtrack, stroke, score. Okay. Your highest recommendation. I ain't really got a highest recommendation. I picked this one up this year. Anya Hugh, who was lead singer with the German band Exmal Deutschland. This is her first solo album called Codes. This was being touted, promoted on Facebook, and it turned up on my Facebook feed. So I thought, oh, what the hell, we'll give it a try. And the song that was being pushed was a song called I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Raben Schwartz. Absolutely bloody fantastic. So I thought, yeah, let's buy the album on the strength of that. So yeah, I recommend this one. Vinyl Spiral got hold of a copy. I think Berwickshire Mike might have got hold of a copy as well. But yeah, Anya Hugh and the album Codes. Give it a try. You never know. You might think it's a load of crap. Music means different things to different people. The highest record on your want list. I don't really sort of mention want lists and all that. People are so kind when they send you VCLT, etc. But I feel guilty. I don't know what I've done to deserve it. And I feel if I mention me want list, I mean, there are records on there I do want, mostly to help get to the end of certain collections within the main collection. I think I'm about 4 albums away from getting all the damned album discography. I think they're bringing out a live album soon, actually, which I'll have to get hold of. There's albums I need to complete my Toya collection. There's one album I'm desperate to get hold of to complete my Madness album discography. Ian Jury and the Blockheads is one main studio album I need. A couple of live ones which are easily found. Plus the 4 I need to complete the Do-It-Yourself series. A couple of albums or so to complete my Slade collection. Various bits and bobs. I don't like mentioning it because I know people are very generous, etc. But I do feel guilty when people send me stuff. I really, really do. Don't do this sort of thing expecting VCLT. Bless you, though, to everybody who has sent me stuff. Very, very kind. So I don't really mention my most wanted stuff, if I can help it. I may mention the odd one in passing and not realising what I'm doing, but in no way am I sort of hinting at people, please buy me it. No, no, you don't do that sort of thing. Just not on. Channel shout out. I'm not going to name individual channels. I keep meaning to do a video naming channels. I'll do one where I name about 10. 5 Britain, 5 from overseas. As far as channel shout outs are concerned, bless you, thank you very much to everybody who has watched the video I've done. And they're not the best, I know they're not. I know they're not. But what you see with me is what you get. I'm not very good with things like editing and adding crash, bang, flash, wallop. What a picture, what a photograph and all that. So yeah, very plain and simple, but bless you people for taking time out during your busy days to watch. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. But not once have I ever asked for anybody to subscribe, and I never will. It's totally up to the people watching whether they want to or not. I'm just as happy if someone says, hello mate, yeah, I've got that album you showed first, blah blah blah, great stuff, I like this track, what do you reckon to this album by them, or single or whatever. You know, please feel free to say hello. Please feel free. I don't bite, I've got no bleeding teeth. But yeah, shout outs, God bless you to everybody who's subscribed. I don't even know how many subscriptions I've got, to be honest. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. A silver lining in the VC. Friendship. I think a lot of good friendships have been struck up, which is great stuff. There's meetups that go on across the pond in America, Canada. There's the odd meetup here in Britain. There was one in Leeds a few months ago. Friendships are struck up. All right, we do have differing opinions and views. A lot of my politics wouldn't strike a chord with a lot of people here in the VC. I'm not far right or anything like that. Don't think I am, because I'm bleeding well not. But we all have views on politics, sport, religion. We all have disagreements and all that, but we patch things up and we get on. It's, as Matty would say, it's all about the music, stupid. You know? Great friendships, lovely people. I've met and chatted with some fantastic people. There's people here who I've had empathy with, you know, but people here that crack me up. Cosmic Brian is one of them. What a bloody diamond geezer he is. Always have a laugh and a giggle with him. Harris Pilton over here. I'm mentioning people and I said I wouldn't, but the vast majority of the people in the VC, diamond girls, diamond geezers, bless you all. Bless you all. You're all what make this thing what it is. Just a good place where you can go and have a chit chat, a laugh and a joke. You can have an argument, a disagreement if you want. But yeah, bloody fantastic. It helped me out with some hard times years ago when things were bad here at home and a partner seriously ill. But yeah, brilliant. Well done, people of the VC, people who aren't in it but like to watch their videos and comment as well. Well done, well done. A steal of a deal. I probably bored you enough already. It's not this album as such, Stranglers Black and White. I had a copy of this for years. It was a bit of a rough one, and Mike, PC31, the Vinyl Policeman, sent me one, totally unexpected, in much better condition. So I think I've still got the old one in the collection behind me. But the only thing I was missing was the free 7-inch single white vinyl that originally came with it. And I was thumbing through stuff at a local charity shop near me, and would you bloody well believe it, I came across it. I could not believe it. Could not believe my luck. All I was basically doing was thumbing through crap, and a lot of it scratched and no good. It's not in sleeves. You do it in the vain hope you might find something, you know, that'll do in a crisis, or something in tip-top condition that might be worth a few pennies, or something you really want to add to your collection. I found it in a bleeding charity shop, and I think they only wanted pennies for it, perhaps 50p or £1 at the most. Mostly because it was white. Ordinary black vinyl, it'd probably been about 50p, some or 20 pence. Which I've purchased records from the same charity shop, 20 pence in the past. The only change I had on me was a £2 coin. There you go, my dear. Keep your change. Put it in the collection box or whatever. Bless you. Thank you very much. So there you are. Steal of a deal. The vinyl white 7-inch single that came free with black and white by the Stranglers. I do love the Stranglers. Fantastic band. Show a promo. I do have a promo album in the collection. It's a gold, got the gold stamp. But for the life of me, I can't remember which one it bloody well is, and I'm not going thumbing through the whole lot trying to find it. I can't remember what it is. I couldn't even remember what genre it is or anything like that. But I don't have a white label promo. I've got a yellow label promo. This is an advanced promo DJ copy of The End of the World by Geno Washington. Great soul singer, Geno Washington. Geno Washington and the Ram Jam Band. Tours a lot over here in Britain. I'm not sure if he lives here in Britain now. But yeah, I've got a couple of his albums as well, the collection behind me, in my box of soul stuff. So yeah, The End of the World. That's on the DJM label. Advance, not for sale promotion copy. I presume this is for DJ purposes. So there you have it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank bloody God. Get him off. Right, I'm going. Bless you for watching. Thank you very much. Go on over. Have a look yourself. Terms, conditions, the questions, and Dylan's channel. Yeah. Have a bloody go yourself. Cheerio. Bye-bye. Oh! Football's coming home, you know. Eventually.